So you want to get the blaster, preferably on Alternus because you can use it on Alternus. Then you just need a walloper and get to the pad really quickly. At the very end you can use a very cool hyper strike to get over this wall, but most of the time you'll eat shit, and if you're not fast enough, don't even bother trying. So you kill one doggy as Ratchet, poor doggy, but it's for the sake of the speedrun, so it's okay, don't feel too bad. Then you'll turn into Big Clank and you can just punch your way over and you kill more doggies, but it actually doesn't matter. If you kill one as Ratchet, you can run over the rest of the dogs. They'll come back if you do the rest of this properly. And what I basically like to do is I go over this little grey strip and I just immediately chuck a shock attack or a missile, whatever you want to call it. And then I just use the cooldown time to set myself up properly. My right foot is basically in front of the darker grey like streak that's going up, and my left foot is not exactly adjacent to the other strip that I was talking about, but yeah, this is basically my position, and I'm looking slightly to the right here instead of directly at the center. And if you don't do anything with the pad here, you can just die twice and all the doggies with Big Clank will come back, and you rinse and repeat. If you just don't do anything fancy with the pad, just make sure that when you get into Big Clank for the first time that you don't press start too quickly or the shock attack will come up automatically, so just be careful about that one. So with that in mind, it's actually better to kill as many doggies as Ratchet as you can, preferably the ones in front of the pad first so that you don't take that risk. So here in this example I haven't killed any dogs with Ratchet, which means I'm going to be using Big Clank to kill some dogs. Preferably you want to kill just one and leave the rest alive, but as you can see it's very difficult, so don't feel too bad if you have to kill more than one dog. I wouldn't say that if this was real life though. Probably shouldn't kill any dogs. And then it's basically rinse and repeat. Unfortunately here I didn't get the exact position that I wanted, but I ended up getting shit bolts anyway, so I don't think it mattered. My angle wasn't too far from what I did before, but for some reason I just didn't get as many bolts, which I guess can happen sometimes, but just make sure you set up correctly and your angle's really good. And then after the 5th shot you want to quit out of Clank, and then you want to get back into the pad and then get off the pad in quick succession and then die twice. And that's something you don't have to do for Ratchet. That just preserves all the damage you did on the dogs as Big Clank, so you don't want to do that as Ratchet. After all the doggies have been slain, you use your code bot that you got from Drex Fleet to get a free 15,000 as well as whatever's inside of that room, which is almost 20,000 bolts in total. And you collect a gold bolt, and it's faster to leave the gold bolt for now because it automatically saves the game for you so that you don't have to manually save and then reload, which is also an extremely important step. Now in this example I pressed start immediately after getting on the Clank pad and I blew off my load too quickly and killed some dogs, so if you want to salvage that somewhat you can continue, or you can just die and try again and keep the dogs alive, but just make sure you don't mess around with the pad. TLDR, you can just die twice as Ratchet by killing one dog, but as Big Clank you have to enter and exit the pad and then die twice. Anyway, that's basically the bolt grind in a nutshell. You should be able to get at least 40 minutes with this, so yeah.